We know you want to stay informed, but efficiently. So today we're doing a deep dive straight into that recent earthquake near Istanbul, just using the details we have.
Exactly. Think of it as the key facts and what it all really means.
Okay, so let's set the scene. April 23rd, 2025. A magnitude 6.2 quake hits.
Right. The epicenter was out in the Sea of Marmara, about, 40 kilometers southwest of Istanbul, and pretty shallow, only 10 kilometers down.
And it wasn't just a quick jolt.
No, felt for around 13 seconds, apparently, quite widely, enough to cause, significant disruption.
Okay, let's talk immediate impact. What did that look like on the ground?
Well, initial reports listed at least 359 injured, mostly from panic, falling debris, that sort of thing.
Understandable in the moment. And building.
That's where it gets more serious. Over 6,500 buildings reported damage. And interestingly, the source notes about 80% of those were on the European side of the city.
80%. Wow. Any total collapses?
Partial collapses, yes. A 3-story house in Fatih and a 4-story building out in Silivri. We also saw a small tsunami effect.
A tsunami from a 6.2.
Yeah, small waves, only up to about 30 centimeters along the coast. But still, it happened. And then the aftershocks started rolling in.
Always unsettling.
Many of them.
Over 260 recorded in the aftermath, including 2 significant ones, both magnitude 5.0.
Okay. So people injured, buildings damaged, aftershocks. How did authorities respond right away?
Pretty standard emergency procedures. Shelters were set up quickly. Lots of people, understandably, chose to sleep outdoors, in parks.
Can't blame them.
No. And they temporarily closed schools in Istanbul and also Tezkirdas, just as a precaution.
Right. Okay, so that covers the immediate chaos. But this isn't just a random event, is it, this location?
Not at all. It's right on the North Anatolian Fault, which is, one of the most seismically active fault zones in the world. It's a known hotspot.
And haven't experts been warning about something bigger for a while? The so-called Superquake. Absolutely. For years, there's been talk of a potential event, maybe up to magnitude 7.4, which would be devastating.
What kind of likelihood are we talking?
The Kandili Observatory puts the probability at around 60% before the year 2030. That's a high chance.
So this 6.2, could it be related? A foreshock? Maybe.
It's possible. It could be seen as a precursor, potentially altering the stress along the fault line. It certainly brings those warnings into sharper focus. And you have to consider the city's vulnerability.
The buildings again. The source mentioned, 1.5 million buildings in Istanbul considered not earthquake resistant?
Yeah, a huge number. It's partly due to older construction, rapid growth, maybe regulations not always keeping pace over the years.
And the potential consequences of that big one hitting.
Catastrophic, frankly. You're looking at potentially massive loss of life, infrastructure crippled, and don't forget the tsunami risk again.
Right, you said the small one was 30 centimeters. What about in a bigger quake?
In a major event, models suggest potential tsunamis up to 3 meters high hitting the coast. Adds another layer of danger.
So given all this risk, what's the way forward? What does the source say about mitigation?
It outlines a few key areas. Number 1 is strengthening infrastructure, retrofitting older buildings, modernizing, basically making the city itself more resilient.
Makes sense. Bolstering the defenses. What else?
Early warning systems, improving the seismic monitoring to give people even just seconds, maybe minutes of warning. That can save lives.
Okay. Infrastructure, warnings.
And public education, training people, awareness campaigns, making sure everyone knows what to do during an earthquake and after, plus having solid emergency plans.
Evacuation plans, response coordination.
Exactly. The text really stresses that this recent quake makes all of this incredibly urgent. It's not theoretical anymore.
So the key takeaway really is, this 6.2 earthquake is a stark, real-world reminder. The seismic risk in Istanbul is immense, and preparedness is crucial.
Absolutely. It leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? What does it truly mean to live with this kind of risk day to day? And how much can proactive measures, both big and small, actually shield a community when the ground starts shaking? That's the core question here.